You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Good morning, 7 o'clock right now. Time for Wake Up with Witcher. We've got some great photos to pass along. We're talking about our next storm system. But before we get there, let's talk about the sponsorship for today's Wake Up with Witcher. It's sponsored by Jiffy Lube Multi-Care. Welcome to Jiffy Lube Knoxville, your one-stop destination for automotive care. With 9 convenient locations across the area from Knoxville to Clinton and Maryville, they're here to keep your ride running smoothly. Whether it's a routine oil change, tire maintenance, or a comprehensive inspection, they have you covered. Trust them to provide reliable and efficient service for your car or truck today. And the best part, their friendly staff is dedicated to getting you back on the road quickly so you can focus on what matters most, and that is your journey, my friends. Jiffy Lube Knoxville, keeping you on the move. Drive in today and mention Witcher for a $20 discount on your next service today. Visit them online, jiffylubeknoxville.com. All right, let's take you outside, show you what it looks like. Live look there from Hardin Valley, top left-hand side of the screen. We do have some fog and some high-level clouds across the mountains. Top right-hand side, that's looking at Mount LeConte to the Smoky Mountains from Sevierville. We have a little bit of a foggy start to the day for folks joining us in and around parts of Maynardville and Union County and downtown Gatlinburg. Everything's shaping up just fine. We are relatively rain-free to get the day started so far, but it won't stay that way as we head into the upcoming weekend. So let's talk about the big picture in just a moment, but I have some beautiful photos coming in from Jessica Birdwell. A foggy Neyland Stadium. Take a look at that view. Is that not just the coolest view ever? Here's even a better view. Watch this one. Ooh, kind of looks like October out there, or just a cold December, January day, but it wasn't a cold December or January day. Back to the big picture weather pattern. We do have quite a bit of fog that's developed once again across much of the midsection of the country. And notice all the green in the bottom part of the screen. That is all flood warnings, along with some flood watches, and more rain is on the way across much of the deep south and into the Appalachian region. As we track our next storm system, it's going to be swinging its way on in. Now, today is the lull in the activity before the rain sets up shop. Enjoy today. It's going to feel more like March. We'll have some hit and miss sunshine, so don't forget the sunglasses, but you won't need the umbrellas today. It is going to be a soggy one, though, on Saturday. A few thunderstorms can't be ruled out, and on the backside of that, we will see some light snow showers developing across the mountains of East Tennessee all the way up into Virginia and West Virginia. 7:03 right now, checking that time so you don't run late. Good morning. Glad you could join us here this morning. We are looking at more seasonable temperatures to work their way back in as we get into our Sunday and next week. So it's going to start to feel a little bit more like, well, January. A lot of you on social media have been asking about the buzzword for February. And the active wet weather pattern, the snowy weather pattern possible. A lot of folks are putting out some long-range model forecasts on social media. And remember, I say to always come to a trusted source. Watch what you share on social media, because anything over, 5 to 7 days has minimal accuracy. And some people are putting out 300, 400-hour forecast models. And so I've been responding to some of you on social media. We'll have a conversation. If you have that question, fire away here at this hour. Other than that, let's talk about those weather headlines here in just a moment. But first things first, we'll get you out on the roadways. A live look there, 40 and West Hills. Volume of traffic is gradually building. The roads are wet thanks to the rain that we saw yesterday and last night and early this morning. But for the most part, the rain has slowly come to an end. And so traffic is running smoothly. No major issues to get the day started. If you're new to Wake Up with Witcher, we get to work with the forecast, and then we'll kick back, relax, and have a little bit of a conversation at the end. And so fire away on social media or on YouTube. That's where you can add to the conversation. If you're on Roku TV or Apple or Amazon Fire, just open up your cell phones and come to social media. That's the only place that you can add to the conversation. If you're watching from your cell phone and when you're still laying in bed, thanks for opening up your cell phone this morning and joining us as we get the day started. All right, so mostly cloudy. Some hit-miss sunshine can't be ruled out today. It's going to be another warm day. Temperatures are definitely above average. It's going to feel more like March. Another round of showers, some locally heavy rainfall as we get into our day on Saturday. So it is going to be a soggy one for sure, so you'll need the umbrellas or maybe just hang out inside. But it's going to be warm, so it's not like it's going to be a day to watch movies and have a fire in the fireplace. It's going to be a warm one. Falling temperatures Sunday with some light mountain snow showers. Not a big snow event and no severe weather really anticipated out of this system. but more seasonable weather returns as we get into next week. Let's talk snowfall on the ground here for just a moment because the latest information, well, look at this. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's like a baby saying bye. Snow's gone. Now, of course, we still have some of those piles in the parking lots where they piled it up really high, so that's taking a little bit longer to melt. But yeah, the snow cover is gone around East Tennessee. Rainfall over the last 24 hours, we've seen anywhere from a trace to a tenth of an inch, upwards of a quarter, even half an inch of rainfall in some locations, and even higher amounts yesterday evening we saw some rumbles of thunder. We saw some pretty good downpours from Oak Ridge through Clinton up into southern Campbell County and Union as well as Claiborne County. That's where that batch of heavy rain moved its way through. So today's the lull in the activity before the rain ramps up back up on Saturday. So today's not going to be a bad day. We have some low, mid, and high-level clouds out there this morning, but I do think that the low clouds will break up in the valley locations. High clouds will likely be with us for the day, but I do think we'll have some hit-and-miss sunshine. We still have some wet roads, so something to keep in mind as you travel out and about. Fog's not been a huge player. We do have some fog banked up against the Smoky Mountains and a little bit more along Interstate 24 down from Whitwell, Chattanooga area up towards Tullahoma, but that's really about the extent of the fog here as we get the day started. We've got a cold front swinging its way through the area, a little bit of a breeze, so that's limiting that fog formation this morning. But look at these temperatures. I mean, it's warm outside. Our average low temperature is right around 30 degrees. And so we're sitting at 52 in Knoxville, 54 Chattanooga, Crossville's at 54, Tri-Cities 57. So a range of warm weather to get the day started. It actually feels really good outside. You don't need the jackets per se, unless you're going to be outside for an extended amount of time. But definitely a nice warm start. Temperatures, generally speaking, are a little bit warmer than what we were yesterday. And yesterday was warmer than the previous day. And that was warmer than the previous day from there either as well. So that's kind of been the story with this warm March weather that's been marching its way on in. All right, so not really much in the form of rain today. It's going to be dry for the most part. And then as we get into Saturday, everybody's getting soaked. And we're talking about the possibility of 1 to 2 inches of heavy rain to work its way back in. That's just going to be insult to injury. So no major flood issues or concerns throughout the day today, but that does ramp up tomorrow. So if you add 1 to 2 more inches of rainfall on top of the quarter to over an inch of rain that we saw yesterday, the melting snow, that's why the flood guidance is a little bit more elevated. So if you just need to get out the door and get off to work, here's your information. Your out-the-door forecast, mild this morning. It's going to stay mild, not a huge warm-up through lunchtime as we're already warm. So 40s and 50s now will warm into the low 60s as we get into lunchtime. Our future cast model picking up on the fact that I think we'll have some hit-and-miss sunshine in the valley. So grab the sunglasses to be on the safe side. But you don't need the umbrellas or the rain jackets. That's not going to be necessary today. And temperatures once again this afternoon will be warming into the low to mid 60s. Again, average highs are in the mid to upper 40s. So we're trending 15 to nearly 20 degrees above average again here today. And that's going to make for a nice evening. Anybody have date night tonight? Anybody heading out to do some dinner out on the town? That's going to be a perfect night to do so. 62 by 5, 56 degrees by 9. Can't complain. It is January 26th by all means. Then overnight tonight, those clouds will continue to fill back into the area. I don't think that we'll have a lot of rain necessarily by sunrise on Saturday. We'll start to see the rain showers creep in across the plateau. So if you're joining us from Fentress, Cumberland County, down into the Southern Valley by Chattanooga, yeah, you have a chance for some rain showers, albeit I think on the light side by sunrise. However, it's shortly after sunrise that the rain really starts to pick back up. And those rain showers are going to continue through much of the day on Saturday. So mild temperatures to get the day started. We're going to be back to the 40s and 50s. So how it feels out there right now is how tomorrow morning will feel. But watch this. Here comes the rain. And some moderate to even heavy rain at times. So as we get into, say, 10, 11, noon, 1, 2, and 3, that's going to be where we'll see the bulk of the rain. As we get into the 4, 5, 6, and 7 o'clock hour tomorrow night, if you happen to have dinner plans tomorrow night or a date night or whatnot, or just want to be out and about, I think we're going to have a drier evening tomorrow. But the cold front's just to our west by 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and that cold front will still spark off a few more showers and thunderstorms tomorrow evening and through the early overnight hours. Still warm on Saturday. Temperatures, despite the clouds and the rain, will still be in the 50s and the 60s. So Saturday night, here comes the cold front. The cold front's going to swing through. That's going to spark off a few more showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. Got to realize the cold front lifts the air, so it forces it to rise. we don't have a lot of instability in the atmosphere, but we don't necessarily need a whole lot to produce a couple of thunderstorms. But as I mentioned, no severe weather threat whatsoever. So your 3-day forecast, 64 today, showers and isolated storms tomorrow at 59, no severe weather threat. Falling temperatures, some light mountain snow showers on Sunday. We're down to 46 and falling during the afternoon and evening. Rainfall forecast just through Saturday because we're not going to have rain today and we're really not looking at much on Sunday. We're looking at, an inch to upwards of 2+ inches on just through the day on Saturday. And remember, I said wrap around moisture falling temperature Sunday. So here's your snowfall forecast. Again, I think we'll see probably 1 to 3, 2 to 4 inches across the highest peaks of the Smokies. It's called orographic lift. So the air can't go under the mountains. It can't go through the mountains. So it has to go up and over the mountains. And as you force that air to rise, you cool it, you condense it. And if it's cold enough, it'll squeeze out the atmosphere and produce some light snow. And that's really what we're going to see. For skiers and snowboarders, you want to do some skiing this weekend, not necessarily going to see a ton of snow. And it's going to be through the day on Sunday, but maybe a good ski day because temperatures will drop, and so they'll be making some snow for skiers and snowboarders. So definitely something to keep in mind. Let's go say good morning to everybody. If you have to hit the road right now, we sure hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to Wake Up with Witcher. Pass along the word. Live weather updates Monday through Friday at 7, Saturday and Sunday. I'll be back live with the live weather updates at 8 o'clock in the morning. And don't forget your daily forecast is always available with this East Tennessee weather app. I've already uploaded that. That gets uploaded 3 times a day just to get an update on the forecast. Now, again, not much change throughout the day today, but we'll see those changes arrive tomorrow. So grab a cup of coffee. I've got the fun mug again this morning. You ready? Hello, everybody. Hello. My wife bought this mug, and so I decided to grab that because it's a fun mug. It's Friday. Nice little warm cup of coffee. Never tastes so good sometimes. Although I'm usually about a 1 cup of coffee kind of person, but I've got a busy day. I'm going to be heading off to Dandridge Elementary School here today. So I have to leave here just a little bit to make it to the school because it's a little bit of a drive. Going to be talking to, I believe, the 3rd graders. I'm not sure. I've got a lot of school visits set up. As we get into spring, a lot of schools start to do their weather segments. And so I'm going to be busy. Actually, next Friday, I'll be heading up to McCreary County, Kentucky. I'm going to be actually in the library in McCreary County, Kentucky. And we're going to do a fun weather talk up there. That's going to be at 5:30 next Friday. So February 2nd, I'll be doing that. And so, again, a lot of stuff coming up. Remember, I'm going to be emceeing the Heart Ball. That is February 3rd. I'll be talking more about that coming up next week. So there are things that you can do to donate if you can't go. Well, I don't think anybody can go. I think tickets are sold out. But it's a huge event to raise awareness for heart health. And so next Friday, I'll be wearing red for women and for men, but just wearing red. So maybe next Friday you can wear red. But I'll talk about that next week. I'll be emceeing that, by the way, with Beth Haynes. So Beth Haynes are going to be emceeing the Heart Ball next Saturday. All right, so good morning, Brian. How was Brian, are you back? Brian took a trip to Crested Butte. Are you back, buddy? Or are you joining us from Colorado? Let me know in the chat. And if you are back, how was the skiing in Crested Butte? Good morning, Lee. The snow has melted off the golf courses. And I apologize. Some of you, I'm just now getting back to you via Messenger. I've been trying to catch up. It's been a very busy week around here. So for me, hopefully not for you, but for me, it's been a really busy week. And so I'm trying to catch up on some of that chat. So Brian says, when's the rain going to be moving in tomorrow? Hopefully you caught that, Brian. But basically just shortly after sunrise through about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon is going to be the heaviest rain. Good morning, Seymour. Lisa's on here from Seymour. Rob says the fog is crazy. Is it crazy out there right now? And where are you joining from? Because if you're up against the foothills and mountains, yeah, you have some dense fog. But no dense fog advisory here this morning. But Rob's joining us on YouTube. So, Rob, good morning, and let us know exactly where you're joining from. Good morning, Becky. Becky always sings me some songs. The Wonderful World of Witcher. I love getting to know you all. I mean, as you chime into the conversation, I get to know you each and every day a little bit more. I start to recognize you. Now, I'm a very I like to see people's faces. I wish I could see your faces on here, but I can't. The way I have the chat going. Because it would make things a little bit more recognizable. But many of you join in every day, and I like to get to know who you are, what you like, where you're from. I try to remember as much as I possibly can, and I will over time. But anyways, good morning, Katrina and Tina and Doris. So, Rob, I rarely trust even 3-day forecasts. Right. Okay, my point. And so watch what you see on social media with any of these, especially when it comes to snowfall. Now, temperatures, we have a much better handle on long-range temperature forecasts. I mean, it's pretty cool that like in a week from now, I could tell you that, it's going to be cold or hot or whatever. When it comes to rainfall, we've got a pretty decent handle on rainfall forecasts, but snowfall forecasts are so difficult because there are so many different things that play into whether you get snow or don't get snow, whether it melts, whether it doesn't melt. So watch what you see on social. But Rob, you're right. Really, we're really accurate up to about 3 days. 3 to 5 days, the accuracy starts to go down. Up past 7 days, the accuracy goes down big time. So just kind of gives you an idea. And then you start looking at more climatological, like what would we typically have this time of the year. So watch what you see on social media. But good morning to Sandra, joining us from Jefferson City. Katrina's ready for some sunshine. I don't think we'll have a ton. The valley will have more than the plateau, I think, in the mountains. I think we'll get the clouds to break up a little bit more in the valley than anywhere else. I hope everyone has a great day. That's what Lee says. So, Lee, thanks for that. I love the positive affirmations here this morning. Remember, this is a positive group. This is no negativity on here. I loved how many of you yesterday reported that negative person on the chat and say, no, he's gone, out. I don't even know where he was from, but I don't think he was from here. Let's see. Edwin says, good morning, Mike. Thinking of heading to Oak Ridge since there's a lull in the rain. They opened a new museum under the National Park Service. It's hard to find. I found it. Have to check it out. So what kind of a museum is this, Edwin? So I'd like to know more about that. Remember, we have Chocolate Fest. Felicia's been telling us about Chocolate Fest tomorrow. I think it's from 9 to 5. What building is that? I'd have to go back to my chat. But 9 to 5, Chocolate Fest tomorrow. So Lee trimmed his rose bushes. Nice. Nice little break in the rain yesterday. Some of you got soaked yesterday afternoon. Phyllis, good morning. You got donuts and coffee this morning. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. What's your favorite donut? Kimberly says, hey, good morning, Mike. I almost forgot about you this morning. I know, my bad. Kimberly, how could you? How dare you? I sent your t-shirt out yesterday, by the way. So you should get that in the next day or so. Got Bob and Dina Morris on here. You're welcome for the updates. I sure hope you have a blessed day. Come out to the Dry Chocolate Fest 9 to 5 Jacobs Building. Thank you, Felicia. I know you've been saying it every day. If you have any events in your communities, fire away on the chat. I will fire away and let people know that there's events coming up. I mean, it's Friday. We're looking for something to do as we get into the weekend, and sometimes you like to be a little bit more adventurous and head out and say, oh, Chocolate Fest. I've been wanting to go to that. Maybe we'll try that this year. So that's at the Jacobs Building from 9 to 5 tomorrow. All right. Here we go. Katrina says, anyone wants some good coffee, go to Moon Cafe and Coffee. It's in Jefferson City. It's a friendly place. I think my wife's been there because she goes to, some of the hospitals in Jefferson County. And so I think she's been there. But yeah, big shout out to Moon Cafe and Coffee in Jefferson City. If you're around there looking for a great place for some coffee, go check them out. I've not been there, but that's what Katrina says. So we trust you. Plus, it's a coffee joint. I love coffee places. They're great places. I like actually Honeybee Coffee because they've got beer and coffee. So you can have coffee in the morning, beer in the afternoon. Just saying. And I'm going to be getting some cameras, by the way. One in downtown Sevierville, probably one in West Knoxville for Honeybee Coffee. I've got about 12 to 15 more cameras that I've got on my list. I know we've got Willow Creek, Willow Creek, right? We're going to work on that one. I've got a private golf course looking likely to be happening in Greene County. I got reached out to have a camera actually in Fentress County. That would be amazing. I need one in Cumberland County because remember, we just really would be nice to be able to see the weather coming to us. And for you folks that join us from Cumberland County or the Plateau, it'd be nice to have some live visuals during severe weather season or any time of the year because I'd love to be able to highlight that. Tina loves the mug. I don't know where she got this. I think it's a local artist here in town is what I think happened, but there's my coffee mug. Put a smile on your face. It's Friday. Is this how you're feeling today? Little maybe I won't be like that after this cup of coffee. Rob says, fun Friday. What are you doing this weekend, Rob? What are we doing this weekend? Are we getting out? Are we doing something? Are you saying no way, Jose, because of the rain? Are you going to do anything tonight? Anybody have date night? Any restaurants that you're going to be going to that you'd like to highlight? I love to find new places to eat. My wife and I usually have a list that we try to keep on our cell phones, because when you're driving around town, you're like, oh, I forgot about that place. And unless you write it down on a list when it comes to going out on date night or Friday night, you're like, what was that place again? I forget. And then you end up going to the same places and ordering the same food, and that gets boring. Let's see. Have a great time with the kids. I will. So, yeah, heading out to Dandridge here this morning. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I love how all of you chime in with each other. That is probably one of my favorite things about this. You reply to other people's parts of the conversations in here, and that just creates a community, and that's what we are. Brenda says, you're just so busy. Well, I mean, got to keep it going. And I love going out to talk to the kids. Let's see, I have Wallen coming up. I have one in Morristown. I've got some homeschoolers coming up. I've got some in Townsend. Oh, I'm going to get another camera in Townsend at Peaceful Side Social. So we're going to have a camera on the peaceful side of the Smokies. I've got cameras on the not so peaceful side of the Smokies. So that's going to be coming up as well. So really a lot of cool cameras and a lot of great views are going to be coming our way. Yeah, it's going to take a while because I got to get out and install them. But remember, the cameras are 100% free. So if you know any businesses and communities, I am actually going to be setting up a map in my studio with little pins so I can highlight all of East Tennessee and find out exactly where I have cameras. Because unless you visually see it, it's hard to see. But marinas and golf courses are some of my spots that I really, really want terribly bad. We've got a great boat life and lake life here around East Tennessee. We've got tons of golf courses and so many golfers as well. So would love to get at every single golf course. And airports. Oh, Monroe County Airport. Looks like I've been approved for that. So you'll be able to get out there and just watch airplanes fly soon. Tom McCosh down there at Monroe County Airport, KMNV, for any aviators out there. I've flown down there. It's a great airport. Beautiful airport to fly into, by the way. Kimberly, I actually do have umbrellas. I shipped out my very first umbrella yesterday. So yes, I have East Tennessee weather umbrellas. I've got about 5. But the problem is I think I just need to take those to events and send them. It cost me $18 to ship yesterday. And so I charged $40 for the umbrella. So now I'm $58. I'm actually in the hole with the umbrellas. So I didn't plan that one out, did I? Or I didn't order enough. Like being a small business, and many of you may know this, or if you watch Shark Tank, you can't get your cost of goods down unless you buy in bulk. And I only bought like 10 umbrellas. So they cost me a lot. So anyways, if you want an umbrella, I don't mind taking the loss on it. They're $40. I will ship that to you, or we could meet in person. It'd be cheaper and save the $18. I'm actually talking to my buddy at Orange Hat Brewery. I just talked to him yesterday. We are going to set up a meet and greet. He's like, whatever you want, Witch. And so he's going to offer discounts on beers if you show him that you downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app. It'll be a fun environment. And they have a homebrew fest. I was in it last year. I took, what did I take? First or second place last year in the homebrew competition. They're hosting it again this Saturday at Orange Hat Brewing. So if you're interested in some home craft beer, you have to buy tickets, but it's all you can drink. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully I'm probably going to be out there for a little bit. I won't be participating in the event because I didn't brew beer this year. I haven't brewed beer for like a year and a half. Not been, just kind of been a little busy. I haven't flown in like 2 years. Ugh. All these hobbies I had got taken over by a business. Great new hobby, by the way. I love what I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, you're in Harriman. It's a bit less than yesterday, Rob says. So Rob's joining from Harriman. Beautiful community, by the way. Love Harriman. In the Roane County area. So good morning to Laura. Let's see. Kimberly says, yeah, we are very positive here. And that's what I love about this group. We're just positive people. We like to help each other out. We share recipes. We share ideas. We ask questions. And so that's what I'm saying. If you're not joining on social media or YouTube, you can't add to the conversation. But thanks for joining on the app, the website, and or on Roku TV or Amazon Fire. But if you want to join in the conversation and have questions, fire away. This is a great place to have the conversation. It's an open forum. I give you the forecast. We have some questions, and I'll send you back to the 24-hour channel and a couple of commercials from our local sponsors. Good morning, Danny. Danny, sorry I responded late to you. I responded this morning. I think it was asked a question on Monday, but I apologize. I'm trying to play catch up. Yeah, Kimberly, you shouldn't really forget. Come on. 7 o'clock. Set your alarm. You get to sleep in tomorrow, though. 8 o'clock. Wake up with Witcher. Danny says it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Amen to that, brother. I'm not, I am a, I agree. That's what I do. So Maria says it's not donuts. Okay, fine. Well, you put coffee and donuts on there. But she said, check out Becky's Grill for a great hamburger in Wallen. Ooh. I like to check out small local places. That's great. I'll have to check that out. They have a Facebook page. Thanks for passing that along. Rob says, Beer Friday. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Got to have it. So maybe I'll be out. I'll put on maybe tomorrow morning. Let me find out from my family and see if we're going to be able to attend the Homebrew Fest tomorrow. If I am, I'll be out there tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, okay. So the museum that Edwin's going to, it's about the K-25 reactor and the building of the bomb in Oak Ridge. The feds are sinking money into this area because they made Oak Ridge a National Historic Site a couple of years ago. And it's a new and free museum. So check that out if you're interested in, the K-25 reactor and the building of the bomb, which I think is just crazy. Have you seen Oppenheimer yet? We've not made it through the whole thing yet. A little strange, but we're getting, I think, good to the good parts. And Oppenheimer, Oak Ridge was mentioned in it. It's kind of a tough movie to follow, sort of. So anyways, check that out. Lee says, I hope to get one at Knoxville Municipal. We need one, Lee. We need a camera. They're free. Free advertisement. Put the logo in the bottom right-hand corner. That would be this corner. Bottom right-hand corner would be logo. And it's free for the businesses. I just want a camera network around East Tennessee because that's going to be a game changer for all of us when it comes to checking out the weather, viewing the weather, advertising, forecasting the weather, not advertising, but forecasting and nowcasting during severe weather events. I'll be able to have these cameras live on the platforms, and you'll be able to check them out on YouTube, the website, and the app. That is the goal. We're almost there. I know I say that every day. I'm probably a broken record, but if anybody is interested in a free weather camera, just hit me up. We do have to run Ethernet. I do need access to your network because, of course, I need internet, but I don't have to punch any holes in the network. It doesn't look like, so that's good. So we'll bypass your network, and it's great. Let's see. Brenda says, love it. Friday fun. Keep date night. Are you doing date night? I don't know if I'm doing date night. Maybe we should do date night. If my wife is watching, maybe we should do date night tonight. We don't go on very often dates. We try to, and life gets busy, and then we have events, and we have things going on, and we have kids, and so it's tough. But we got to make it a priority because that is key. That is key. Also, I have a big giant tree in my backyard that needs to come down. My neighbors texted us yesterday. Like, hey, just an FYI, this giant branch is about ready to fall on the fence. And then there's going to be a fence replacement fee. Let's not do that. I gotta get this giant tree taken down in my backyard. Let's see. Wakefoot soap? Laura, Wakefoot something? You'll have to do that again. We have a gift card to Wakefoot something. SOA? Is it called SOA? Maybe it's SOA downtown? Never even heard of it. It sounds like a spa. Maybe that's a spa. Maybe that's Wakefoot Spa. Oh, I know where that is. Isn't that in the hotel downtown? Anyways. All right, 7:29. I have to leave for my school visit here in just a few minutes, so I'm going to have to wrap things up. I can't be late to the kids. I got to drive to Dandridge. It's a little bit of a drive. I live in West Knoxville. Rob says there's that new K-25 museum that he was talking about. Yeah, it's on the original K-25 site. So cool stuff there. Use pirate ship, probably cheaper. What are you talking about, Christy? What you talking about, Willis? Okay, Kimberly wants an umbrella. All right, hit me up. Kimberly Perry Wrinkle. Had a conversation with Kimberly. It's a long, drawn-out story. We won't go there right now, but we've been chatting back and forth on Messenger. I was a little confused because she was messaging me with one name and then has a different name on a different platform. And so I was like, I think that's the same person. I know that's the same person, but I'm not quite sure if it's the same person. I better check. Well, you going to carry one on the golf course? What, you just going to carry it while you do some golfing? Carry a camera? Tina says, yikes, $18 shipping. Yeah, crazy. And it's not like I could get a smaller box for it. Of course, you got to measure the box, so it's a bigger box. But I got a small of a box to pack the umbrella in there. But yeah, $18 for shipping. So listen, maybe we just do a meet and greet, and I'll just bring a bunch of merch out. That is the goal. We're going to try to set that up. So stand by. Bear with me. I've got a lot of moving parts. Lots of moving parts around here. I've had a lot of 865 Candle actually reach out to me. They're in South Knoxville. They have a spot there at Wild Tree in South Knoxville, and it's about 2 miles south of the bridge on Chapman Highway. So they reach out to me for some advertising. It looks like I'm going to be doing some, so I'll have some nice, hopefully 865 candles burning in the studio. I have a candle burning in here every day, so it seems appropriate. They do a lot of cool stuff. So big shout out to 865 Candle this morning. And thanks for reaching out to me for some local advertisement. I do appreciate that. Let's see. We need to help you place a camera in Maple Lane Farms, Greenback area, Blount County. I can see Chilhowie Mountains from there. Yes. Reach out. I'm gonna go Jorge on this one. Jorge, reach out to me. Email me, Mike at easttnweather.com. Mike at easttnweather.com. Let me know. We can have a conversation, and then I'll put that to my list of cameras. I'm literally have about 15 cameras on my list on my whiteboard in front of me. I needed some organization, so I got a big giant whiteboard for the wall. Laura says, do you have your pilot's license? I actually do. I got my PPL back in, so I actually got it right at the beginning of COVID. So 2019. Was supposed to take my check ride in March. Didn't happen because my DPE, the instructor, the examiner, was exposed to COVID right at the beginning. So we were all like, I don't know what to do. What are we doing? Are we supposed to do this? Are we not allowed to do this? So he took a month off. So then I had to go back out and practice. I got it April 27th of 2019 is when I got my PPL. And I've got about 120, 25 hours. I go talk to aviation groups all the time because one of the hardest things for aviators to understand, and most professional pilots will probably tell you, I've got a couple of professional pilots that do join on the conversation every once in a while, so chime in if you are. But most pilots don't know much about weather. And when I go talk to pilots, pilot groups or aviators, it's mind-blowing to me that they don't know that much about weather, considering literally that's what they're doing is flying in the weather. Now, not into the weather per se, but it's weather around us, wind, sun, bumps, clouds. It's all weather. And most pilots, that's the least of their training. There's not a ton of emphasis on weather. It's more on emergencies, really, to be honest with you. We learn more about emergencies than anything else. I mean, of course, you land a plane and learn how to land and take off a plane, but those are the easy parts. Taking off's fun. Landing's my favorite part because it's challenging. You got to get the right speed, the right pitch to the airplane to slow the airplane down, and you got to find a spot on the runway to land so you have enough time to stop. And I think that's the most challenging and most fun part of being a farmer. I see farmer on here. Being an aviator. All right, so Tony says the Farmer's Almanac is calling for snow February 10th. I know I talked about this yesterday. I responded to somebody yesterday saying February 5th. It looked like about the 5th time frame. It looked like there was a storm developing. But again, it is January 26th. We're a long ways from February 5th. The models have kind of been going back and forth, and they will. And don't worry, I'll keep you posted. But have fun with the Farmer's Almanac. Good morning, Layla. Let's see. We got Chris on here again this morning. Oak Ridge is the only city that doesn't need streetlights. It has its own glow. That's funny. Oak Ridge is great. I love Oak Ridge. Oh, so it's Wakefoot Spa. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've been, Janelle, I've been there actually, I think. Let's see. Beautiful morning. Flat Hollow. Good morning, Flat Hollow. Britt's joining us this morning from the Norris area. Donna will take an umbrella. Message me, Mike at easttnweather.com if you want an umbrella, a shirt, a hat. Got some great merch. I have sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts and coffee mugs. They're all coming to the market. Once I get my new website fully completed, I'll have a full merch store on there. And then you can order whatever you want, whenever you want. It's like weather. It's like East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it. Not when like I'm available to get it to you. Hey, happy birthday. Big shout out to Maddie Burnett this morning. It is Aaron's daughter's 15th birthday. Do you remember being 15? Oh my gosh. You start driver's ed. You start to worry about them driving. They're teenagers. But a big shout out to Maddie Burnett this morning. She is 15 years old. I'm a huge birthday person. I love birthdays. I think they're super important. I know so many of my friends are like, it's just another birthday. I'm in my 40s. It doesn't matter anymore. No way, Jose. Birthdays are cool. Birthdays are cool. Everybody's a big shout out to Maddie this morning. I see you are doing that on social. So nice big shout out to Maddie and anybody that's celebrating a birthday today. I said it right, Jorge. Yay! Tina, you have your pilot's license too? This is good to know. Haven't been up for some time. It's expensive. It was expensive to get your PPL, your private pilot's license, and then it's expensive just to take off. I mean, you're up in the air for an hour. It's going to cost you $250, $300 just for an hour of flying. So it is an expensive hobby, but I don't want it to be necessarily a hobby. I want it to use as a mode of transportation to be able to fly. You can get to the beach. I can be to the golf course or the southeastern coastline beach, South Carolina, North Carolina, 2.5 hours. It's not bad. Makes travel a little bit more accessible, that's for sure. Let's see. Good morning from Crossville. Stephanie's joining us from there. Stephanie, I'm looking at you. I know you join us a lot. Help me get a camera in Cumberland County. There's golf courses up there. There's great communities up there. It's the plateau. I need to see the visuals. So if you know a business in downtown Cumberland County or anywhere around Cumberland County, hopefully around the downtown area where there's more population would be better, but hit me up, mike@easttnweather.com, and let me know. What company makes the sweatshirts? I'm going with they're gonna be a little bit nicer brands. It's some of the more recognizable brands. I can picture the label. It's a long, skinny label, gray. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, we're gonna have good brands, good quality. They're not gonna be cheap T-shirts. Not the kind that, hopefully, not the kind that you put in the dryer and they shrink up to nothing. That's never a good sign. T-shirts I have now, I love. So the T-shirts I have now come from my neighbor from Label Industry. They print and do all my work so far, but I got to do some drop shipping because I just cannot keep up with the shipping and the orders and stuff like that. And I don't want to sit on a bunch of merchandise. If you watch Shark Tank, let's go back to Shark Tank again. If you watch Shark Tank, one of the biggest fails that companies do is they have too much merchandise, and so they're sitting on cash that they should be spending elsewhere. So, good morning, Tom, from Carnes Powell area. Glad I'm back on the air every day, Tom, from at 7 o'clock. Some days are longer, some days go a little bit shorter, but it's 7:38, and I have to wrap this up because I got to get on the road. So let's just I'm at the end of chat. Yep, don't be late for an important date. So Christy, actually my new shirts, the shirts I currently have are not Gildan. They are Toltecs, the blend. So they're super soft and whatnot. I am going to go with Gildan though for the drop ship, but they're the mixed blend, and so they're much softer, much better quality. They're not like the 1990s Gildan shirts that we're all so used to having. So I've already tried them on. They're great. They fit great, and so they should be a little bit better, but we'll see how it all plays out. All right, my friends, big shout out to Mike Stevens Homes. It's the Mike Stevens Home Studio. Remember, he has made this all possible by building me this amazing studio in my backyard. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better home for East Tennessee Weather. Rusty Wallace Automotive Group is the main sponsor of East Tennessee Weather. So we're going to hit a couple commercials from there. I would appreciate, listen, if you're looking for a car, head over to Rusty Wallace, any of their automotive groups. If you're looking for a custom home, you want a new home, Mike Stevens Homes is where you need to go. So, and any of the local advertisers in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, big shout out to every single one of them. And also, don't forget that this morning's live was sponsored by Jiffy Lube Multi-Care. There are 9 locations here in East Tennessee, from Knoxville to Clinton and Maryville. They're here to keep our cars running smoothly. Listen, if you head to them and mention Witcher, you will get $20 off of your next service, whether it be an oil change or anything like that. And again, if you love the East Tennessee Weather app, download it. If you don't have it, pass it along. If you do have it, let everybody know. I'm going to continue to modify. If there's something that you don't like about the app, let me know. Listen, I don't know everything. It's not the say all be all because this is my company. It's only going to become our company as you help me evolve and change things over time. So if there's something that you don't like or that you want or don't want or whatnot, let me know. I'm trying to keep things as clean and easy and simple as possible for people to get the weather information that they want every single day. You all are amazing, my friends. I sure hope you have a great day. A couple commercials from my sponsors, and then we'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel for those of you that just joined in. I saw a few more chiming into the chat here. Again, we are looking at dry weather today, a soggy Saturday, colder weather with some mountain snow showers on into our Sunday, and then more seasonable weather next week. For those of you that seen the long-range snowfall forecast, the Farmer's Almanac, and people posting on social media, watch what you share. Come to a trusted source, ask the questions, and I will keep you up to date on the latest forecast every single day. And your daily forecast is always available at your fingertips with the East Tennessee Weather app. If you're on the go, you don't have time to spend with Wake Up with Witcher every single day, and I get that. Or in the evening hours. It updates at 6 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m., or even more if need to be, if inclement weather moves on in. You all are amazing. Thank you for joining me each and every day for Wake Up with Witcher on social media. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell everybody about East Tennessee weather. And it's you, my friends, that are going to make this successful. So thank you very, very much. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short. I'll see you back for Wake Up with Witcher early tomorrow morning on Saturday. And again, on into our Sunday.
Since 1982, Mike Stevens Homes has built a place for your most cherished and treasured memories. We know the events that take place within the walls of our homes are the stuff of life, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. Our design process starts with you. Every home we build is as unique as the person or the family we're building for. I'm Mike Stevens, and I'd love to talk to you about your new home in your new neighborhood. Let us create the perfect place for your memories of baby's first steps, Thanksgiving with your parents, grandparents, and cousins, and the million treasured moments you'll be thinking of 20 years from now. Mike Stevens Homes doesn't build houses. We build places where your memories happen.
Hey guys, Mark Trout at Rusty Wallace Chevrolet in Clinton. We're looking to save you more than ever before in 2024. We have rates starting as low as 0.9% and the largest inventory we've had in over 4 years. And as always, we have Rusty's exclusive 200,000-mile warranties. So find new roads to Rusty Wallace Chevrolet in Clinton or visit us online at rustywallacechevrolet.com where Chevys cost less.
You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
Happy Friday, everybody. Sure hope you have a great day. We're going to be a little bit on the drier side today, which is good news. We may even have some hit and miss sunshine. Man, it's going to be warm. Very warm start to the day, by the way. Another round of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder on into our Saturday. Not looking at any severe weather threat by any stretch, but we are going to see that elevated rain chances to produce a little bit of localized flooding. Falling temperatures on Sunday, light mountain snow showers, more seasonable weather, and maybe a chance of rain as we get into our probably Wednesday time frame. We'll see how it all plays out. In the meantime, Saturday is going to be the rainiest day. Remember, this doesn't tell you the whole story. It doesn't tell you intensity, duration, and or timing. So let's go and time it all out for you. Throughout the day today, just barely a risk for some localized flooding down across the Southern Valley. But again, we're not expecting a whole lot in the form of rain today. That ramps up tomorrow, so much of East Tennessee is under a level 2 risk for some localized flooding. So getting you out the door here on this good old Friday morning, we start off with temps in the 50s. We've even had some 60s. We'll see those temps climb to near 60 degrees by lunchtime, so a slow and steady climb in those temperatures here from now through noon. And we're going to still be warm, just like it was this morning and yesterday. This afternoon, maybe some hit and miss sunshine, and again, mostly dry conditions. If we were to see any rain, it would be across the Southern Valley where we have that fetch of moisture just kind of barely skimming southern East Tennessee, but that's really going to be about the extent of it. So heads up, Chattanooga, Cleveland, Saudi, Daisy, and Whitwell. You may see a couple of showers today, but not expecting much. Temperatures will make it into the low, mid, and maybe even a few pockets of upper 60s, making for a nice Friday night. If you have plans to be out and about here tonight, maybe it's date night, dinner night, or maybe you're just ordering pizza in. Sounds like a pretty good night to me. Well, you don't really need the fire in the fireplace. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s from 5 to 9 o'clock here tonight. We do have more showers, more thunderstorms heading our way as we get into our Saturday. So overnight tonight, not a lot of activity, but that does ramp up throughout the day on Saturday. I'll finish this Futurecast, talk about your 3-day forecast. That's all coming up here in just about 5.5 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, so it's going to be a mild start to our Saturday. I don't think it's going to be too terribly soggy if you have any early morning travel plans, but if you happen to be Let's recap those weather headlines, take you to the big picture weather pattern, talk about how this is all going to evolve over time. And if you have travel plans this weekend, we've got that covered as well. All right, so mostly cloudy, maybe just a little bit hit and miss sunshine. Still going to stay warm and, well, mostly dry throughout the day today. So that's some nice news to pass along because it's going to be a rather soggy and stormy Saturday, falling temperatures on Sunday, and then moderating nicely as we get into next week. Now, if you do have travel plans around the region, we do have a greater risk for some localized flooding down to our south. We've got a lot of flood watches and flood warnings down across much of the Mid-South. That trend is going to continue to work its way into East Tennessee and much of the Appalachian region on Saturday. So we are talking about elevated rain chances that could lead to some localized flooding with the snowmelt that we've had, the 1 to 3 inches of rain that we've already had, and we're going to add an additional 1 to 2 on top of that. So mostly dry today, but here comes our next low pressure system tracking its way out of the deep south. That's what's going to pop off the showers. Some windier conditions, may not be as windy in the mountains as we were talking about yesterday, but still breezy and still rather gusty. So we'll see what the National Weather Service does with that. Do they issue a wind advisory for the highest peaks of the Smokies? Possible. Can't rule that out. On the backside of that, that's what we'll get that wraparound moisture in the form of some light snow showers. So again, to recap, not a lot of rain today. Rain chances really ramp up as we head through the day tomorrow. Getting into our Sunday, it kind of dies down. Monday, it moves its way on out. And we'll see improving conditions on Tuesday with maybe a chance for some rain showers on Wednesday as a storm is looking to be advertised to dive in from the north. So we'll see how that plays out. But generally speaking, the rainfall that we'll see on Saturday will produce anywhere from 1 to pockets of 2 inches around much of the region. 7-day temperature trend, average high is 49. We're going to be about 10 degrees above that to more seasonable weather Sunday, Monday, and then slightly above average, but still pretty average weather Tuesday through next Friday. So a nice little weather pattern on the way. Morning lows, not too terribly cold. We're not talking Arctic air. We're talking just normal January air. After morning lows in the 50s on Saturday, we'll drop into the 30s and 40s for the rest of the week. Don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's a great tool to have in your back pocket 24/7, especially as you head out about on Saturday and the rain moves its way on in. You can track it right there from your cell phone. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back down to the local level and talk about your future cast and your 3-day forecast as we round out this week. Hey, by the way, how's the week been? Everybody doing good? It's a shortened week for a lot of us. Maybe you worked from home earlier this week because you had kids. Maybe you just kind of stuck inside and hung out for the, 5, 6, 7, 8 days or so, thanks to the snow. It's kind of weird to look outside and see it's a thing of the past, isn't it? Like what? We had a lot of snow on the ground? Yeah, for a law of many days. All right, so we transitioned to a wet weather pattern. We saw that yesterday. Not a huge risk for a lot of rain throughout the day today. That is going to change tomorrow, so something to keep in mind if you have outdoor plans. Localized flooding is a possibility due to heavy rain. So for the day today, we're actually going to possibly see some hit and miss sunshine. I still think we'll have some high clouds, but those low-level clouds may break up, especially in the valley locations, probably staying socked in across the mountain counties and mostly dry. If we were to see anything, it would be across the southern valley as we head through the late afternoon, early evening hours. That should be about the extent of it. And then going into our Saturday, well, it's going to be mostly dry overnight tonight. Clouds start to fill back in. Here comes our storm system. We should be mostly dry as you're heading out early Saturday, but it's not going to last very long. The showers will continue to ramp up as we head through the day on Saturday, and maybe a few rumbles of thunder, some good solid steady downpours at times. So it's going to be a very soggy late morning, early afternoon. We'll probably see a break in that activity as we get into the evening hours, and then during the overnight hours, the actual cold front comes through, which will help drop our temperatures on Sunday, but also bring us another round of a few more showers. So heavy rainfall transitioning into some colder air on into our Sunday, and maybe a chance for some light mountain snow showers expected as the system winds down and moves on out. Rainfall amounts just through the day on Saturday, likely to pick up anywhere from 1 to 2 additional inches of rain from the 1 to 3 that we've already seen. And when you look at your snowfall forecast, they'll head into our Sunday night and Monday. Oh, maybe a few flurries, light dusting possible on the Cumberland Plateau, like the rooftops and grassy areas, but I'm not expecting much at all. And the mountains will get a little bit more because we get that air to be forced to rise. It's called orographic lift. The air forces up and over the mountains. It cools it, condenses it, and produces some snow showers if it's cold enough. And it will be. So mid to 60s today, upper 50s tomorrow, more seasonable weather on Sunday, and that's the trend as we head into next week as well, with much drier and more average weather. All right, we sure hope you have a wonderful, safe day. Have you been online, easttandweather.com? You should go check that out every once in a while, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Rusty Wallace Kia on Alcoa Highway. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new Kia comes with Rusty's exclusive, no-charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price will not be the problem at Rusty Wallace Kia on Alcoa Highway.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Happy Friday, everybody. Sure hope you have a great day. We're going to be a little bit on the drier side today, which is good news. We may even have some hit and miss sunshine. Man, it's going to be warm. Very warm start to the day, by the way. Another round of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder on into our Saturday. Not looking at any severe weather threat by any stretch, but we are going to see that elevated rain chances to produce a little bit of localized flooding. Falling temperatures on Sunday, light mountain snow showers, more seasonable weather, and maybe a chance of rain as we get into our probably Wednesday time frame. We'll see how it all plays out. In the meantime, Saturday is going to be the rainiest day. Remember, this doesn't tell you the whole story. It doesn't tell you intensity, duration, and or timing. So let's go and time it all out for you. Throughout the day today, just barely a risk for some localized flooding down across the Southern Valley. But again, we're not expecting a whole lot in the form of rain today. That ramps up tomorrow, so much of East Tennessee is under a level 2 risk for some localized flooding. So getting you out the door here on this good old Friday morning, we start off with temps in the 50s. We've even had some 60s. We'll see those temps climb to near 60 degrees by lunchtime, so a slow and steady climb in those temperatures here from now through noon. And we're going to still be warm, just like it was this morning and yesterday. This afternoon, maybe some hit and miss sunshine, and again, mostly dry conditions. If we were to see any rain, it would be across the Southern Valley where we have that fetch of moisture just kind of barely skimming southern East Tennessee, but that's really going to be about the extent of it. So heads up, Chattanooga, Cleveland, Saudi, Daisy, and Whitwell. You may see a couple of showers today, but not expecting much. Temperatures will make it into the low, mid, and maybe even a few pockets of upper 60s, making for a nice Friday night. If you have plans to be out and about here tonight, maybe it's date night, dinner night, or maybe you're just ordering pizza in. Sounds like a pretty good night to me. Well, you don't really need the fire in the fireplace. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s from 5 to 9 o'clock here tonight. We do have more showers, more thunderstorms heading our way as we get into our Saturday. So overnight tonight, not a lot of activity, but that does ramp up throughout the day on Saturday. I'll finish this futurecast, talk about your 3-day forecast. That's all coming up here in just about 5.5 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, so it's going to be a mild start to our Saturday. I don't think it's going to be too terribly soggy if you have any early morning travel plans, but if you happen to